Hey guys, welcome to the Shift Training channel.
where we talk about physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and just overall well-being. So today we're going to be talking about holistic health and well-being.
And basically what that means is we're going to be talking about physical health, mental health, emotional health, financial, and spiritual health. And basically how the relationship between those things are what create prosperity and, like we always say, overall well-being. So let's get started. So starting with physical health, we're going to talk about that. We all know what physical health is. Vaughn, what are the pillars of physical health?
You already know, Coach Law. The three components are the exercise, sleep, and nutrition. And once you have three of those, you should be set.
All right, so that's important for physical health. We're not talking about physical fitness. You can be fit, but your other systems like your respiratory system or your cardiovascular system could not be on point. So physical fitness is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about overall physical health, meaning all the systems in your body are running optimally, and that helps you have peak physical performance. But we can't talk about physical health without talking about also gut health and how important gut health is, our microbiome, and just how that our gut is basically like our second brain, or as important as our heart, because that's where a lot of the chemicals and different things that go on in our body get processed. It's in our gut.
That's right. I totally agree. And not a lot of people know about the microbiome nowadays. And now that we are sharing this to people, they'll be more aware and improve their life.
Right. So diet, what you eat, super important because it affects the rest of your chemistry in your body. And the chemistry in our body plays a role in our brain health. And our brain health, if you're not taking proper care of your brain, it's hard for you to have good mental health. Okay? So achieving optimal mental health is really hard without good brain health. We like Doc Amen. We talk about him all the time. Right, Vaughn?
That's true.
So, yeah, Doc Amen, he's the guy to talk to in terms of brain health.
Yeah, so if you're wondering what kind of food that you need to eat to have a better or healthy body, so you can, the basic ones, lots of fruits, vegetables, and especially yogurt. Those are the basics.
Yogurt. It's good for you. Okay, so physical health, especially brain health, leads to better mental health. When we talk about mental health, we're talking about not just cognitive function, but that's usually how I like to classify mental health. Is your brain sharp? Is it foggy? Are you aware of certain changes in your brain? How well how good is your neurochemistry or the connections? How easy is it for you to learn or retain information? Can you recall it? Stuff like that. I think of that stuff as mental health. What about you, Vaughn?
Mental health for me, one way is to have a great sleep, one component that makes you have that foggy brain is because you are sleep deprived. And what I've noticed is that when I have at least 7 to 8 hours, that's where I feel sharp, energized, invigorated, and it's just when I'm thinking something, it goes fast, like I'm not slow.
Right, quick on the draw.
Yeah.
So when talking about mental health, a lot of therapists or psychologists will post stuff that is related to how we process information in the world, aka our feelings or emotions, right? How well we see things, perspective, things like that. So when we go from physical to mental health, the next block is going to be emotional health, the quality of our emotions and how that's influenced by our physical and mental health. Vaughn?
Yeah, I can give you an example. If you've eaten so much junk food throughout the day, cakes, greasy food, fatty foods, all those food, how do you feel the next day? For me personally, every time I eat those food, I just feel lethargic. I feel slow. I can't think cognitively fast. It's just very slow. Same thing with sleeping, when you have maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep, the next day you just feel slow. Same thing as the fast food. So those are the things that you want to ask yourself. How would you feel the next day?
Yeah, I think that's super important. And also, we all know what it's like to be hangry, right? That's a clear example that we all know of, oh, there's something with my body. I'm hungry. And that means the way that my body does something is going to be different. And that's going to influence the way I'm thinking. I have less patience and everything's so irritating. And therefore, I'm feeling more frustrated, more annoyed, easily agitated, stuff like that. It's going to tax your body budget. It's going to cost you something. So
Exactly.
the better your physical health, the better your mental health, brain health to mental health, the easier it is for you to navigate challenging perspectives and therefore be able to help with your emotions. So again, don't ever forget that physical thing, the feeling safe, unsafe, impacts our emotions. And I can tell you this right now, if you feel disconnected from your body in any way, shape, or form, it's going to be extremely hard for you to navigate the safe, unsafe of the nervous system. It's just, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons why to get optimal on that. We're going to go from emotional health. We're going to talk about the money, Vaughn.
Oh, money. Love it.
Money talk.
We all want money.
Okay, so money talk. So let's talk about it a little bit. The money point is kind of forwards and backwards. All of them are forwards and backwards, right? So let's say you're not making the amount of money you want to make, right? So how does that make you feel? What does that make you think about yourself? And then how do you take care of yourself? So for me, I've seen this and observed this, and it's like, well, I'm not hitting the financial goal I want to make. Oh, I feel like crap. I'm gonna eat some crappy food. Oh, I'm not worthy of this. I'm not worthy of that. You start thinking really bad stuff. So all that works backwards. But at the same time, if you're taking care of your body, showing these acts of care, ooh, I start to feel good. I start to think that I'm worth it, working on that mental. Your brain is sharp. You have more energy. You're more vibrant. And your emotions, your feelings are more in line with positivity. You're able to actually positively move towards what you want with energy, vigor, clear, sharp determination. It's only a matter of time before you make some money, right, Vaughn?
That's right. I totally agree with all what you just said right now. You know, there's this correlation. If you are successful, there is a correlation between that and having a healthy body, mental, and emotional health.
And sometimes people ask me, well, what about this person who doesn't seem to live very healthy and they're financially successful? I'm like, great, they're financially successful. So maybe they're skipping some of the parts and they're financially successful. Well, that takes us to our next part, which is actually spiritual well-being. So if you ask that person how they're doing, they might say great on a surface level, but in reality, we've all heard the story about people who have been wealthy but have still felt like empty or broken inside, or like the things they're doing are meaningless or fruitful. They're constantly chasing something else. And honestly, in life, you're going to chase stuff, but chasing things that are not fulfilling, that's a big red flag. What do you think, Vaughn?
That's true. I totally agree on that. I think that the spiritual part is the one that they're lacking. That's why they feel unfulfilled. There's this void. So I think the last piece, if they have that, you know, mental, emotional, physical, and the financial part good, I think if you want to transcend onto the next level, I think we need to work on that spiritual part.
So yeah, exactly. Like Vaughn was saying, it's hard to really feel fulfilled if you're not taking care of the whole being. So if you want your cup to be full, you can't ignore part of the cup. It's just not going to work. It'll all spill out. It won't work at some point to some capacity. So sure, there are a few exceptions, but at the end, I don't really know how fulfilled certain people are. Now, we all have our own definitions of success, but for us, our definition of success is being fulfilled, talking about whole prosperity, overall well-being. So that means you're going to have these things in order. So again, the physical, the mental, emotional, your finances, and spiritual well-being. Consider that all the things that you do in life, did you grow? Did you learn? If you failed, if your business closed, whatever it is, did you learn? Did you grow as a person? Did your being expand? And to me, I think of all of those things contributing to our spiritual well-being.
I think that it's the same analogy as, you know, baking a cake. You know, if you're missing one ingredient, that cake is not going to taste as good as you wanted to. Let's say you're missing eggs or like the powder, you know, what is that called? The
Flour.
The flour, there you go.
Flour.
If there's no flour, there is no such thing as cake. So same thing with, you know, holistic health. You need to be complete in order to be fulfilled and have meaning.
And everyone's looking for that just add water complete box. It's not the same. That's not how life really works. You can't buy that. That's not real, okay? So again, guys, we just want to talk to you a little bit about holistic care. You have to be aware of the whole being. You can't just be like, oh, I want to get my mind right and just this right. You do, but realize as you change the knob or dial on one of them, the other knobs or dials move simultaneously. So you want to really get things in harmony and work on leveling up overall. And in doing so, that's what's going to help you reach your max potential.
So that's overall, guys. So if you take care of overall of your health, this what we talk about, the holistic, then you'll have more fulfilling and meaningful life.
If that's something you're interested in, guys, we do offer one-on-one personal training sessions. We call them shift training sessions. And we help our clients make small shifts in their life to go from okay, things are going and whatever, to actually feeling fulfilled, thriving, excelling, going beyond baseline and just being okay. So if that's of interest to you, send us a message or email us. We'd be glad to work with you. Vaughn, anything else?
That's it. So if you like this content, please don't forget to subscribe, comment what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you, guys. Peace.